The national average of women's political participation in Nigeria has remained at 6.7% in elective and appointive positions. The National Bureau of Statistics says this is far below the global average of 22.5%. Welcome to the gallery, A Woman's Perspective. I am Shijo Alabi. Recent statistics indicate that the level of women's participation in politics in Nigeria is lower than the average, which is pegged at 35% of both elective, political, and appointive public service positions. Our searchlight beams on how Nigerian women have fared in the political space. Joining me is an amiable lady who has held her own in politics, from former councillor and now the chairman, Lagos State House of Assembly Committee on Women Affairs, Poverty Alleviation and Job Creation, Honorable Mojisola Oluwa Ali Macaulay. It's such a pleasure having you come on the gallery, A Woman's Perspective.
Thank you.
Honorable Mojisola Ali Macaulay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for heeding to our call.
Thank you
So
very much.
today we want to x-ray women in politics, of which you have played your own, a major role, particularly in your growth in politics. But let us start like this. A famous saying, someone did say it, that power is not served a la carte. Can you tell us how this plays up? What does that mean in our political space, particularly for women in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to start by saying that politics in this part of the world is seen as a men's club. So if you are a woman, like I always advise my fellow women who want to join politics, I am always very frank, and I tell them that if you want to be part of this obligation called politics, the first thing you need to do is to look for your God. Next to your God is your husband. Go and get the blessings of your husband, your spouse, and if you're not married, get you the blessing of your partner. And if you or maybe somebody your support, you have to have a support system. I would prefer that you have a male support system, because you'll face a lot of challenges.
Why is that?
Well, politics itself is not child's play. It's really turbulent. I don't mean to scare anybody, but I've had my own fair share. I've had my experience. I've had the good ones, the bad ones, and the very, very extremely ugly ones. Even when you're doing the right thing, you get lampooned. So you need a backbone. You need somebody to support you when these times happen, so that even under water you still can breathe. So back to your question. After you have gotten your blessings from your husband, then you can now say, okay, I'm ready for the journey. I didn't set out to become a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly. It's been a long journey of over 10 years. I used to be a councillor. I contested as councillor of my ward, Ward B1, in 2011. I became the deputy leader of the Legislative Council then. And I tried to become the vice chairman, but it just didn't work out, so I stepped aside. And then this happened. So it's not a la carte, you have to fight for it. You have to go all out to get it. Even when you're there. No, some people don't even want you there. So don't think you're there and then it's going to be all glossy rosy. I said that many times. You still have to keep on working hard. And then you have your God to hold your hand. Because it's not a tea party. So it's another world in itself.
Entirely.
So then for men, it's not easy. Now you can now imagine when you have women, you know, playing politics.
Playing politics, because honestly, that has been a concern. The level of women's participation in politics, particularly in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was reading through, some things came up and I wanted to highlight them. Like, is it true that not always, you know, you have religion, you have tradition, you have sexist attitudes, all of that? Are those contributing factors to why a lot of women do not, you know, go into politics?
I would say that in two ways. I'm going to answer that question in two ways. First, that question is taking care of itself. And then the second part, the women themselves, you know, they allow all of these factors to subdue them. For instance, if you're a female politician, you know what it is. They call you all sorts of names. That's the one that comes from the cultural, the aspect of our culture. You're not supposed to be in the game in the first place. You're supposed to be in the kitchen. Why should you be mingling with men?
Despite all the education,
All of the education,
the exposure.
You're supposed to be in the kitchen. You're supposed to be home taking care of your children. What do you know about politics? Forgetting that we women are actually the real politicians. So that's an angle to it. So women should raise their heads up. Whatever you believe in, if you believe in yourself, go for it. With your husband beside you, you're good to go. So that's what I always say. That's the starting point. A lot of women omit.
Yes.
They omit that part.
And they just
want to go.
Yes.
And then you start little by little. You don't come out to say you want to contest elections and then you're going for House of Reps. You start from the grassroots. I started from you have to have your roots embedded in your constituency.
Okay.
Let them know you from. I'm not saying you have to contest for as councillors, but you can actually start as vice chairman, or you can start as supervisory councillors, or even chairman. You can start with that. Get familiar with your grassroots people.
Understand.
Entrench yourself in your constituency. Then you move up. It's easier that way.
Don't start midway, or right
or
up there.
You go all the way up.
Oh,
it's always very difficult. It's shaky. You know, it's always, you have more men to contend with. You have more enemies. You have more people to try to pull you down.
You need to build some
build
sort
your
of foundation.
Solid, yes, be entrenched in your constituency.
Awesome.
So that way you have your people to support you, and then you move up.
That's a good one, because I wonder if women, let me, you know, take your thoughts now. Do you think that women that have blazed the trail have actually been equipped, or how are they even trying to bring more women on board?
It's not easy to bring more women on board, because even you yourself, you're still trying to look for your stamina. You're still trying to get your balance.
Okay.
So you're trying to get your balance. You can't pull as much women as you would have wished to. So gradually, this thing is a journey. You do it take it one step at a time. If you look at all of the people who have been in politics over the years, even before my emergence, I don't think anybody came to me and said, Muji, let's go. I think I just found my path myself, and with God on my side. And like I said, my husband, he's been the one, you know, encouraging me. There are times that, you know, I'm not even available for the family. And he steps in to take care of the kids, and then he helps me to look after the children. And we're always talking, okay, why don't you try this? Because I'm borrowing his the male mentality, and I'm borrowing from his experience as a man, and his intelligence. So he understands men, how they think.
Yes.
So he will tell me, no, you don't do that one. No. I think you should do it this way.
I
You
see.
understand? So you're taking a leaf from the men's intelligence from your husband. So he is supplying that to you. He's making it easier for you. It's not that you won't go through, you have some turmoils or you have some challenges, but it will give you a softer landing, so to speak, So because you already understand the psychology of how your male counterparts are.
So it's definitely important
It's
to have
absolutely
that
important.
support system. That support is crucial.
It's a secret.
It's no longer a secret
it's
now.
A secret. It's my secret ingredient.
And I hope that those that are really already in it or trying to, go into it would actually
because when they
borrow
know that you have
because,
a man beside you,
yes,
that's when you have already earned the respect from the men folk. So knowing that you're a single woman, you're already vulnerable ab initio.
I see. Okay.
So anything can come your way. And when I say anything, I mean anything. But when they know that you have a man, that also commands respect for you.
Okay.
So you would have reduced your vulnerability by half. That's what I mean.
Okay.
And then again, when there are times that you would want to do some engagements with them, with the maybe late night meetings and what have you, and you will be excused for the sake of your husband or your man. That respect will come to you naturally. So it's very important for women to get the blessings of their husband. I am reiterating it because
emphatic about
yes,
that.
because
Okay.
it's very, very key.
More to come on The Gallery, A Woman's Perspective. Well, now they say experience is the best teacher. Tell us about your growth in politics.
Well, as you know, I didn't set out my life, at the beginning to
Yes,
to be a
exactly, because
politician.
you started out in the broadcast industry. I mean, that is
journalist.
so interesting. What was the attraction? I'm so curious.
I wasn't attracted to, I never have been attracted to politics. But like I always say again, that whatever we are in this world, say it's spiritualism, but it's something that I've actually tried to dissect over the years. And I came to that realization, or perhaps conclusion, that whatever we become in life, it's 90% our destiny. The other 10% will be because of who you know, or what you have done, or what connects you to who, or who connects you to who,
To what.
or to what, or what, all of those,
Yes.
So the major part of our lives, our destiny, is the 90% of what we have been originally destined to become. So whether we shy away from it, we're still coming back there. I set out to become a broadcast journalist. I never ever liked politics. I never ever look out to say, okay, one day I want to be. Never. But it just so happened that, along the line, I started, meeting with politicians. And of course, I must give credit to our national leader, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's a leader and a father. I must really thank him. This opportunity to thank him also. So when he came to me and said I should join politics, I was like, me? Politics? Oh, Lord, magic. Politics. It sounded so like a taboo. Me, Mojisola, first and foremost, I'm a very frank person. If you are a politician, you must learn never to say no. You have to find a better way of saying your no, even when you mean no. I never had that character, so I had to learn how to, all those political languages. So when it came that I had to do politics, and then I had to go back to my local government to say I wanted to be a councillor. When I got home, I told my husband that, see, they're asking me to come and do politics. So my husband was like, are you sure? I know you very well. I know you're a strong woman. But this thing, politics, even me, a man, I'm not sure I can handle it. And Mind you, they will call you names, oh, the name I can't mention on air. They will call you that one too. Are you sure you have that thick skin enough to be able to bear all of these things? I'm like, well, do I have your blessings? And he said,
Number
yes.
one.
I went on my knees. I'm sure my husband will still remember. If he watches, he will say, yeah. I went on my knees.
No, he will watch.
Do I have your blessings? And he says, yeah, I'm with you all the way.
Awesome.
Otito.
That's great.
Once I have you, and you know already have my God. Once I have you, don't worry. I'll be able to handle it. You know me. No, I mean, nobody can say much as you would about me. So you know me very well.
And that's
So-
how the journey started.
And that's how I became a counselor. I contested, I won, and then I became a counselor, and that's how the journey, that's where it started from. And today,
Wow.
I've switched from
Yes.
media to,
So, yes.
to politics.
Yes.
You know.
Do you see yourself going back to media?
Well, I miss the cameras. I miss the microphone. That's the truth. So every time I have the opportunity of being in a studio like this, I just have this thing of flashbacks. I have this nostalgic feelings of when I used to be a newscaster or presenter of programs. I still have all of those feelings, I must confess to you. And then I miss, of course, our radio studios where you would, you know, present your live programs and you're dancing, you're happy. You step into the studio, you forget all your problems, and you know, you make other people, millions of people of your audience happy and comfortable. And that for me was so fulfilling. So I still miss it. I'm not going to rule it out, even though I'm also now a lawyer.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to also having
Probably
my
own
a law
you
firm
know,
or something.
or even
So-
own a TV
or
station.
maybe, who knows?
Yeah,
So
it is
I
possible.
am not ruling it out because
Awesome.
that's my first love.
Yes.
And it's my first love in career, you know, and then I
Aha.
hope to, to
That's,
be able
that's,
to do it
it's
sometime.
interesting because, you know, it's hope for some. You know,
Yeah.
that don't ever rule out. Look at the way
Never
your
say never.
story, you know, started. Never say never.
Never say never.
I am curious about something. Hearing you and, you know, your demeanor, your candor, how were you able to penetrate the grassroots?
The grassroots is the most difficult part of playing politics. Meanwhile, it's the most important. If you want to be a successful politician, you have to start from the grassroots. The grassroots makes, it's like a tree. That's where you have the taproot. If you want to be deeply rooted, you have to have a voice in your constituency. You have to manage your grassroots.
What did you do?
It wasn't easy, oh. But you know, the first thing to do is to, it's just a normal thing. You come out and, okay, maybe I should just start by telling you my journey into the House of Assembly, how I started. You just go out, you meet with the leaders and you meet with the people group by group. You just make your intentions known. You tell them, you know, this is what you also want to run for. Of course, people, they'll call you all sorts of names. At first, they won't accept you. I must be frank. You know, some will like you and some will just not like you. They don't know the reason why they don't like you. So you would be the one to actually convince them. But you must also know that you have to put yourself in their shoes. You must also know their pain, their problems. You must be ready to solve their problems. And whatever promise you make to them, fulfill it. Try as much as possible. If you can't fulfill any promise, don't even make it in the first place. But make sure you're committed to the development of your community. Make your agenda be community-based. Let them see you for who you are. Don't pretend. Be genuine. Don't tell them it's green tomorrow, you come and say it's black. No, okay, I'm sorry, I forgot. No, be frank. Even though some people will not like you for being honest, but I tell you, you walk a longer journey when you're a truthful person with integrity than when you're otherwise. You would have cut your journey short by yourself. So you go to the people. I went to the people, and the women groups, the widows association, the youth groups. Of course, you have to go with gifts and, you know, whatever you have, your widow's mite. And then, you know, you just bring them close to you. You talk to them. You hear them out. What are their problems? You know, and all of these things, you now form your manifesto And you let them know that I can't do everything, no, but I will try my best to do this, to do this, to do that. So that's how you get into the grassroots. You bring them close to you. Sometimes they would, you know how our people are, but once you can win their trust, I'm telling you, they'll be with you forever. They will go with you. Wherever you're going, they're going with you.
That's
no matter what anybody says, they're there with you. Some will fall out along the line. Some will fall out along the line. Even the people you trust the most, they will betray you. But some will just say, I'm dying for this person. So to say, in a manner of speaking, this person is for me. I like this person, and I'm sticking to this person.
As we round up, words of wisdom for prospective women aspiring to be a politician, because you'll never know. Some of us might just carry, you know, card very soon, even though we're coming from the broadcast
just
industry.
Call me. You have me. Just call on me. I'm just a phone call away. Well, for my female folks who want to be politicians, don't be discouraged. They know how to discourage women from joining politics. Don't be discouraged. Forge ahead. If you believe in yourself, go all out. Especially with this chairmanship election around the corner. I want to implore women, go out. We need more women. Because, you know, women were very sympathetic people. We're very emotional. We have a milk of human kindness flowing in our hearts. We always, what a woman will do 3 times, men, you know. So it's better we have more women. And you know, we're natural multipliers.
Absolutely.
So please, women, don't be discouraged. Awesome. Go all out. And if you need me, call on me. I'm here. I'm the Chairman House Committee on Women Affairs and Poverty Elevation for Lagos State. Call on me. I'm here for you. Anytime.
Great.
Yes.
We want to appreciate you for coming on the show.
Thank you
Honorable
very much. Mojisola Oluwa.
Mojisola Oluwa. Complete it.
I don't like it when you take Oluwa out of my name.
Ali Macaulay.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on the Gallery of Women's Perspective.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Time for Sisi Eko. Her hit single, Askamaya, Uyomeyo, and Case ranks this week's Sisi Eko as one of Nigeria's leading artists.
Teniola Akpata, popularly known as Tenny the Entertainer, is a Nigerian singer, songwriter, and entertainer. She attended Akpata Memorial High School and later proceeded to American Intercontinental University, where she obtained a degree in business administration. Tenny released her debut single, Amen, while signed to Shiz's Magic Fingers Records. She left the record label and signed with Dr. Dollar Entertainment in 2017. Tenny started gaining prominence after releasing the single Fajin in September 2017. She made a breakthrough after releasing the hit singles Askamaya, Case, and Uyomeyo. Askamaya was ranked 15th on MTV Base Year's End list of the top 20 hottest Niger tracks of 2018. Tenny won the Rookie of the Year at the 2018 Headies Awards and Most Promising Act to Watch at the 2018 Nigeria Entertainment Awards. She also won the Best New Artist at the 2018 Sound City MVP Awards Festival. Not Just OK ranked her 8th on its list of the 10 hottest artists in Nigeria. She was listed on Premium Time's list of the 6 Nigerian breakout stars, viral sensations of 2018, and many more. Her music continues to make waves in the hip-hop music industry.
It's been a pleasure ride on the show this week. Join us again as we take on another issue concerning our women folk. Continue to be guided by COVID-19 protocols. I am Shiju Alabi. Bye for now.